Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you might just be one of the most significant moves we've seen in the NFC East in quite some time. Rumors and reports are swirling about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the entire landscape of the division. And it involves none other than George Kittle, the star tight end of the San Francisco 49ers, heading to the Washington Commanders. And yes, you heard that right. The Commanders could be adding a game-changing weapon in the passing game, and this move might just set the tone for a serious playoff push in 2026. So let's break down what's happening here. According to insider buzz from Diana Rossini of The Athletic, there's serious talk about a trade that would send Kittle to Washington in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, this isn't just a casual rumor. It's rooted in some solid reasoning from both sides. The 49ers, fresh off a 9-8 season that saw them exit the playoffs in the wild card round, are looking to free up some cap space, about $18 million, by moving Kittle's hefty $22 million cap hit. With Zach Ertz sidelined for the entire 2025-26 season after tearing his ACL in Week 14, the Commanders are eyeing the tight end position as a priority. They need a versatile, reliable threat to complement their young, explosive offense, which already averages around 285 yards per game in 2025. Kittle's profile is nothing short of elite. In 2025, he racked up 85 receptions for over 10 yards and scored 8 touchdowns, all while maintaining an impressive PFF grade of 89. 2. His efficiency metrics are off the charts. EPA per target at 0.30, yards after catch totaling 512 yards, and a run block grade of 82. 4. Over his career, he's amassed nearly 350 yards receiving and 45 touchdowns, earning 5 Pro Bowl selections and 2 All-Pro honors. What makes Kittle so dangerous isn't just his stats, but his ability to create mismatches. Known as the YAC King, he averages 4.2 yards after contact, often breaking tackles and extending plays. His route running, especially on seam routes, averages 2 yards per route, making him a nightmare for defenses trying to contain him. But let's not forget, Kittle's impact isn't just about his catching ability. His blocking is also top-notch, which helps in the run game, something the Commanders can really benefit from, especially with their emerging backfield led by Rodriguez, who's projected to gain around 180 yards more with a reliable tight end blocking for him. His presence in the red zone is also a game-changer. He converts red zone targets at a 70% rate, helping teams punch in touchdowns more consistently. That kind of efficiency boosts scoring and can be the difference in close games, especially in the playoffs. Now, why would the 49ers do this? Well, they're sitting on about $10 million in cap space right now and are heavily focused on locking down a contract extension for their young quarterback, Brock Purdy. They've also been developing younger tight ends like Latu, who could step into a bigger role, so moving Kittle makes some sense from a roster management perspective. Plus, with Kittle's $22 million cap hit, San Francisco is looking to shift to a more speed-oriented offense, which could be better suited to their system without the veteran tight end. The move would also provide some cap relief, allowing them to focus on extending Purdy and possibly upgrading other positions. For Washington, this trade is a potential game-changer. Kittle not only fills the void left by Ertz, but also significantly raises the team's third-down conversion rates, jumping from 38% to an impressive 55%. That's an 18% boost, folks, and it translates directly into more sustained drives, more scoring opportunities, and ultimately more wins. When you consider the chemistry between Kittle and the likes of Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett, it's easy to see how his presence would elevate the entire offense. His ability to create mismatches against linebackers and safeties, especially when the team is in critical third-and-long situations, is exactly what the Commanders need to take that next step. And speaking of the defense, Keep in mind that adding a weapon like Kittle could also help take pressure off the secondary. With their pass rush improving and linebackers like Jamin Davis stepping up, having a reliable tight end who can make tough catches and block effectively makes the offense more balanced and unpredictable. It's a recipe for success, especially when considering how the Commanders have been trending upward this season. Their defense is solid, and now with a dynamic tight end, their offense could suddenly become a lot more explosive. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could have ripple effects across the entire NFC East. The Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants are all formidable opponents, but if Washington can land Kittle and integrate him seamlessly into their scheme, they could become a serious threat. The playoffs are often decided by those critical third-down conversions, red zone efficiency, and game-changing plays, things Kittle is known for. His postseason experience is also worth noting, with over 200 yards throughout his career in the playoffs, making him a clutch performer when it matters most. Now, let's talk about the potential impact on the upcoming 2026 season and beyond. The Commanders have been building with young talent, and the addition of a veteran like Kittle could accelerate their development. His leadership on and off the field, combined with his proven production, would inspire the entire locker room. It's no secret that Kittle's grit and tenacity mirror some of the best tight ends in the league. Think Kelce's grit or Andrews' playmaking ability. And bringing that to Washington could be the spark they need to genuinely contend for a Super Bowl. This move also signals the Commanders' aggressive approach to retooling their roster. They aren't content just competing in the NFC East. They want to dominate it. Adding Kittle would send a clear message that the team is serious about contending now, not just in a couple of years. With a cap space of around $79 million, the Commanders have the financial flexibility to absorb Kittle's contract and even make additional moves to strengthen other areas of the team. This is the kind of strategic move that could propel Washington into the upper echelon of contenders. As we look ahead, the NFL landscape is watching closely. The league's front offices and analysts are already circling this potential trade, knowing how impactful Kittle could be in a system that maximizes his talents. The move would also send a message to the rest of the division. Washington isn't just here to compete, they're here to win. With Kittle's ability to stretch the field and make tough catches in clutch moments, the Commanders could see an immediate impact, boosting their offensive efficiency, improving their scoring output, and setting the stage for a deep playoff run. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe Kittle can be the missing piece that elevates this team to new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this franchise. And remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This is just the beginning of what could be an exciting chapter in Washington football history, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.